We first heard the new JBL HDI speakers at the CEDIA trade show in the fall of 2019, and we cannot wait to get them into our stores. The HDI lineup has 5 models that include 2 floor standing speakers, a bookshelf pair of speakers, a center channel, and a powered subwoofer. JBL also has an optional set of very solid speaker stands that mount directly to the pair of bookshelf models. At the time of this video, the first few products were just trickling into the country. We were able to get our hands on the bookshelf and smaller tower speakers to check out, but we thought it would be fun to also go over the technology all of the speakers share. And real quick before we get started, if you enjoy content like this and want more of it, check out our other videos and be sure to subscribe to our channel. We showcase the very best of the best when it comes to audio and video equipment and are always putting out new and exciting content. Now let's dive into the brand new HDI series from JBL. Today's fully immersive world of home theater is best experienced when all of the speakers sound as close as possible to each other. JBL has more than accomplished this with the new HDI series. The patented 2410 H2 compression driver, which trickled down from their professional Vertec series, is identical in all of the speakers. It sits behind the patented HDI Waveguide, which is also identical for all of the speakers. You can't get any better than that in matching things. This technology gives you extremely consistent performance across a wide range, meaning everyone in your theater room will enjoy great sound, not just those seated in the sweet spot. This same tech also provides a sense of great dynamics with never even the slightest trace of harshness found in some other compression type speakers. As a matter of fact, when we first fired up the bookshelf HDI, the thing that immediately struck us was how sweet it sounded. We dug a little deeper to learn more about this new 2410 H2 driver and found some pretty interesting data. JBL sent us some tech data that shows a cutaway view of it. It has a 1-inch voice coil, which is pretty typical for a tweeter, but the diaphragm is like nothing we've ever seen. JBL calls it their annular Tionex ring diaphragm. Most compression drivers look flat on the surface, but this new one looks like you're looking down on a rounded pyramid from the top. JBL claims this shape reduces breakup and distortion with astounding dynamics. Whatever they did really works, as the top end from this driver is very sweet and smooth and dynamic. As you move up from the bookshelves to the top of the line tower, the drivers used for the mid-range and lower frequencies are different in size, but have an identical build technology behind them. They all use an aluminum matrix cone material, which once again is trickle-down tech from some of the new higher-end JBL synthesis in-wall speakers. This driver is supported by a cast aluminum frame, and they all have a 1.5-inch long throw voice coil. The HDI 4500 center channel uses 4 of the 5.25-inch versions of this driver. The 1600 bookshelf uses a 6.5-inch version in a 2-way design. The HDI 3600 has 3 of them in a 2.5-way design, and finally the HDI 3800 uses 3 of the 8-inch versions in its 2.5-way design. All of the cabinets are a ported design using JBL's patented computer-optimized tune-flared ports. And speaking of the cabinets, they passed the Knuckle Wrap test. We like to wrap our knuckles on speaker cabinets to see how dead they are. If a manufacturer uses thick MDF enclosures with good bracing, even a ported speaker will feel pretty dead to your knuckles when you wrap on from the top and sides. JBL uses 3/4-inch MDF with lots of internal bracing, which results in a very inert feeling cabinet. Another way to make a cabinet have less resonance is to make it less a rectangle and have curves. JBL applies this as well to the main speakers in the HDI lineup. This very inert and resonance-free cabinet design lets the speaker drivers do their job without adding any coloration of their own to the sound. All of the 4 speakers have magnetic grills, although we kind of like the look of them naked ourselves. The cool-looking compression waveguide with the curved cabinet looks great in our opinion, especially in the gray oak finish. You can get the HDI series in an automotive high-gloss black, walnut, or gray oak veneers. The 2 towers and bookshelf all have a gloss black base on the bottom. The towers come with rubber feet to protect hardwood floors, but also include spikes for carpet. The bookshelf has the same type of base with holes for attaching it very firmly to its custom speaker stand. The final piece of the HDI lineup is their new 12-inch powered subwoofer. This one gets a cone material similar to those used in their high-end professional woofers, a polyplast cone material. Like the other woofers, it has a cast aluminum frame with a huge 3-inch long throw voice coil. When we looked at a picture of it, the driver is massive with a huge magnet structure. The subwoofer amp gives you both balanced and RCA inputs with the ability to set crossover levels, gain, and phase. It even includes a parametric equalizer to get rid of any peaks in the bass, which inevitably happens in most rooms. At the time of this video, we have not received a sub yet, but our contacts at JBL say this is one of the best sounding subwoofers they have ever produced. We first set up the HDI 1600s in our Macintosh room, connected up to their C49 preamp and the MC152 solid-state power amp. Our source for this listening session was the Macintosh MT5 turntable and a Sonos Connect going digitally into the great DAC inside the C49. When the stylus first hit the record groove on the classic Girl from Ipanema, our first reaction was, wow, these guys are smooth and sweet. After a couple more vinyl cuts, we were convinced this was one special speaker, but we wanted to try some Tidal Streaming on different varieties of music. Every once in a while, a speaker comes along that just seems to get everything right, and the HDI 1600 is one of them. Dynamics, check. Soundstage, check. Great transitions between the drivers, check. Finally, we decided to play some challenging music from a bass drum perspective. While these little guys can in no way produce the full impact of a bass drum, in the area they cover, things sounded super accurate with just tons of details. At $1,600 a pair for these, they are one heck of a special speaker. We did notice the meters on the Macintosh amp were being pretty active, even though the speaker never sounded strained, so we checked the efficiency spec. Most JBL speakers are 90 plus dB in efficiency, but these little guys are 85 dB, which does mean you'll need a pretty good amp or receiver to get them going. While they should run just fine on a modestly priced receiver, one with a good power supply should really make them come to life. Next up for testing were the HDI 3600. These guys are much more efficient and should be able to work well with even a low-powered tube amp. We tried a lot of the same cuts on the HDI 3600s and found them to be pretty similar in presentation as the HDI 1600s. With the larger cabinet, you do get far more deep bass, and their increased efficiency gives you even more dynamics. We pulled up the classic Yes piece, Owner of a Lonely Heart. It takes a special speaker that is super phase accurate to show off how Yes manipulated the phase on this cut to give it a huge soundstage that goes way outside the speakers, and the HDI 3600 did it with no problem. Like the 1600s, the 3600s are a ton of fun to listen to. We cannot wait to get our ears on the top-of-the-line HDI 3800s. With just the two models in so far to test, we were not able at this time to do a full home theater checkout. However, we suspect the center channel will be incredible at revealing low-level details that draw you into the movie. We also have found if a speaker sounds great on music and is dynamic and evolving, it will also be a great home theater speaker. So we suspect this will be an amazing home theater system when we get them all in. We're really excited about this new line of speakers from JBL that can give you a lot of the performance found in their much more expensive speakers. These are not inexpensive entry-level speakers by any means, but they connect you to the music in such a way that ups the ante on listening, and we are sure they will give us goosebumps when we put together a complete home theater package with them. We would recommend you give them some good power to bring out their best. A receiver from Arcam, Lexicon, or some of the bigger models from the larger companies would do a great job. We have a feeling that the HDI series is going to be an audio advice favorite for years to come. If you have any questions on the new HDI series or any other home audio or home theater gear, be sure to give us a call, chat with one of our experts at audioadvice.com, or stop into one of our Raleigh or Charlotte, North Carolina showrooms. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and again be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great home audio and home theater content. We'll see you next time.